Japanese hackerspace in Shibuya. You know, we need to encourage people that it is worthwhile kind of sharing. There is some value in that.
Something came up in the women's room that I think might be valuable for all of us, you know, evangelizing about this afterwards, is that I think they said it was true for, the woman who brought it up said it was specifically true for women, but I suspect it's true for a lot of people in Tokyo because it's sort of information overload and work overload and just general overload. If we can all talk about the specific takeaways, sometimes people don't want to give up, you're talking about giving up a whole Saturday or in the planning, giving up a lot of time, and you want to know that it was valuable. And I don't think we want to say up front, you're definitely going to get this and these are the sessions, right? But if you all got something from this practical or specific from today, then when you post about this week or you write about it or talk about it to your friends, be real specific what your takeaway was. Because for a lot of Japanese people, you know, they're already working, you know, a 6-day week, 12-hour day or whatever, and a lot of women have all these extra responsibilities. They want to know that they can bring something really practical away from an event like this because it's long and, you know, it's giving up a whole Saturday. So I think maybe we can promote that afterwards.
So a good summary of this one is important. Debriefing summary.
So please blog. I mean, please wear your Barcamp t-shirts for the next year. You know, I mean, I'm hoping that you will feel that it's kind of like relatively proud of what you've all, you know, you've all managed to come together today and do a really good event, which we've still got quite a long way left today. I mean, I hope that you really feel that you can wear your Barcamp t-shirt with pride, and if people ask you about it, be an ambassador for community and tech. Someone's holding the laptop.
Yeah, I'm just live streaming you, that's all.
Well, so about more Japanese people, or even more people, we packed the place today. That's
a great problem to have to solve. Like,
Yeah.
So we need a bigger venue, you know, that's fine. Like,
yeah,
if we get big enough, we go to Tokyo International Forum and get somebody big to sponsor. I don't know, something.
Yeah.
I think we solved that problem as we hit those growing pains, you know.
okay, all right.
I mean, I think you're right. I think we did fill this up and we have to think about that, but I think we can manage.
What was the count then today? How many people turned up?
I think we've got about 95, 97
That's what
or
I
something.
heard.
But then people have been kind of trickling as well, so it's something like that. So
The cut-off was 100, right?
the cut-off was 100.
And that was based on
Somebody made the point too, we could have had more people, but we did have a limit based on this venue and based on Sun's requirements. So there were a bunch of people on a waiting list and a bunch of people who, you know, didn't sign up, I'm sure, because they saw the limit was hit. So it could have probably been bigger today.
But I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, because
It makes us look, you know.
well, it gets people more excited about the next one. I'll make sure I sign up earlier because I want to be at that next one.
Yeah.
I, for one, I didn't really understand what a lot of the presentations were about at a bar camp, but having seen it now, I can much more understand the format and what's supposed to happen. So I'm much more comfortable doing a presentation.
And so you guys should all say that online this week a lot.
Oh yeah.
From now.
Go! Yeah, hopefully dinner's arriving at some point.
I think it's just, so you guys started to talk about what comes next. Is that where we kind of head?
Yeah, that's probably the
Because I think
curry
that's-
guy emailing Colin, so we're going to take over.
Yeah,
This is maybe food.
okay. So just before the food arrives, sorry.
I know you guys call it the name, but is there going to be any kind of a space for everybody to sort of discuss and work on projects or figure out where things are going from here? Like, for example,
Wiki.
forum or a wiki.
We have a wiki for Tokyo Barcamp that I think we could keep making more robust.
It's Google group.
Everybody's on the Google groups, right?
Yeah.
Those are so many sessions, a little tricky, but it would be, I've seen other conferences, educational ones where presentations then come short, and can extend them for it. I notice a lot of people send apologies to this year, but when we come over here and we see a controversial quote or something go up, we contribute interestingly. I know it's hard because there's so many sessions and there's, you don't know, but people might just take notes. Session 4, 3, it was on login. This person said this.
Right.
And then that's the way for the takeaway.
It's a great idea. It's also, I think there were some sessions that people organized that were around a specific question they were answering. They were trying to get answered. I think if we post up some of those questions and let the community that couldn't be here provide an answer for that question too, that makes them more invested as well, and we get more answers to the questions that we had. So
Yeah.
Can I just ask one more question to everyone? Who came here for the first time? Who are Barcamp virgins?
Almost everything.
So almost everyone. Do you get it? I didn't quite understand when I came here. I thought this was a technique, but it isn't necessarily. And I also thought it was just presentations, but it isn't necessarily. So that was just my own ignorance. It's a lot more than that. What did you feel about it? Because it's kind of like we're a bunch of newbies here.
I think we're going to get less tech and like maybe a bit more art.
Yeah.
Tech incorporated.
Yeah.
But you know, I think the sessions will be made up by whoever turns up, but make people know that that can happen.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be.
I'd like to see more art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like definitely as everyone knows probably even better than I do, like art and tech is now a very, very powerful force that's happening now.
I think also if your expectations were, you know, you didn't know what to expect and now you kind of understand, get that understanding out there too. Because you can read about Barcamp and kind of get a sense, but like real world stories and pictures and stuff like that, I think are going to make a difference.
I mean, I'm probably only just talking about myself. I came thinking this is a tech meeting and I'm going to listen to speeches. But it's obviously it's much more.
Well, I remember somewhere in one of the descriptions I read there was something like, interactive learning of sorts too. So I don't know if we really have that.
Well, it depends on who presents and how they do it.
Yeah.
Somebody has to want to do that. So that's,
Yeah. Well, it's the first one I thought.
I mean,
But
different share like that.
I'm just putting that.
Yeah, there's definitely a difference in this room compared to the other rooms. Other rooms facilitate discussion. This one, it's a bit harder.
But I thought it was really nice that we had that selection of different kinds of rooms.
Yeah.
Because,
But maybe it's a thought also to think about if it's going to be more presentation style, then this room is better. Discussion one, a different room.
we'll rearrange this room. That was the other thing, is like we could have changed this if we wanted to.
Yeah.
But we didn't, so if we want it to be more like that, then.
But I think you could do like, I mean, this type of room might serve a purpose for the presentation style. Because some people, sometimes that works out better. But I think at the beginning, when people start signing up, making that clear is probably helpful.
Where the rooms are. If
Yeah.
you're leading a session that's more broadcast.
Yeah.
This is a good room. If you're doing something where you want a round table, B was good. If it's a small topic or a niche topic, D was great. So maybe define that on the sign-up sheet.
I'm a little bit concerned about, I mean, I've been to quite a few bar camps before, and I think that within a cultural context, the West is, I mean, we're brought up with what do you think, what's your opinion, what's, discussion. So, I mean, for most of foreigners, this is beautiful, this is great, and it's great for us to participate. You put that within a Japanese context, and then you also put on the language side of the things, and so we're all going to go in a room, and we're all going to ask you what your opinion is.
Right.
And it's just like, that's just so not going to happen, sort of thing. So my curiosity for today was I wanted to see how many Japanese were going to be showing up, and how they would interact and how they would participate within a very unfamiliar context. I went to WordCamp a few weeks ago, and I'm not going to criticize it, but I was going to that event with the expectation with the word camp, meaning that there was going to be an interaction and it's organized from the bottom up type of thing. And it was completely organized by a Japanese steering committee. The majority of the people there that were Japanese, and the event was absolutely presentation. There was an MC that stood up, there was one presentation after another presentation, everybody go home. And that to me was like, oh, that's camp in Japan.
What about the idea, I agree with you, what about the idea, at South by Southwest, I was talking about this in the Twitter thing, and it doesn't have to be Twitter, it can be whatever you guys want, but they had a projector going in a lot of the sessions, and because there's a lot of technology people, some of you guys are maybe not that comfortable being super social. A lot of you seem to be, but some people aren't. And so at South by Southwest, they had a projector, and they would take some questions and some interaction from the Twitter feed, where people don't have their real name.
The anonymity of the.
So a presenter that was having a discussion, they would ask one question to people willing to raise their hand or at the microphone, and then they would take a question from the Twitter feed and they would answer that question as well, without asking who asked the question. And so I think maybe some way, we've learned on all these websites that anonymous in Japan is better. People feel more comfortable comfortable, and they're very direct. Once you make it anonymous, it goes wild, right? So maybe thinking about that ahead and giving people a way, you know, they're in the room and that's the first step. And if you get their question answered, it's okay if it's like that, I think.
So we can come in with masks and be all creative with that.
No, because a lot of people don't use their name and they use an avatar, so, you know.
So far, what kind of presentation styles have you seen? There's the presentation, there's the group discussion. Are there any other kind of styles of
There
information
was like a
exchange you've
really
seen today?
small, I think even the smaller one in DB, there was a lot of like more intimate, I
Yeah.
wouldn't say group discussion, it was even more intimate than that,
Yeah.
like real problem solving
Yeah.
kind of focus.
While I've got everyone here, just want to ask another question. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
go Mike.
Yeah, I'm in a few Japanese or few Benkyokais, Japanese. Well, I'm the only foreigner in them, and people are really they talk a lot, and it's hard to get in a word. So I don't think Japanese are necessarily shy.
I was gonna say the same thing at my work. I'm one of the few
Yeah.
foreigners, and maybe it's because they're familiar with each other, but we'll have 12 people in a meeting and I can't get away with it.
Yeah. I'm in one where all the people are chachos of different companies, and they're all, it's like, they want to get in their word, and it's like, yo.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've seen a lot of the exception of it.
Well, I think it's like the general theme of kind of like methods of exchanging information is something we could all think about. Is there another new throwing balls at each other or something? But so this,
hands-on sometimes.
I think if we get them here and they get comfortable, they just see, that will break up just a lot of ice.
And I think some of us now maybe have a better presentation idea, like I wanted to see, I was hoping there'd be something that would show up, I couldn't lead it, but I wanted something where they made something together in that session. But a 15-minute session is maybe too short, so maybe we look at the schedule and maybe one of the afternoon sessions is like a double or an hour.
So,
you know.
So
quick
observation,
question.
and it's only expats making comments right now.
Yeah. We're newbies.
Well, at various bar camps and other not or unconferences I've been to, there have been 15-minute sessions, 20 and 30-minute sessions, and even 45-minute sessions. So different rooms would have different lengths of time. So that's something that could work as well.
What do people think? Just since I've got all of you here, what do you think about a 2-day bar camp over a weekend? And I know I've just heard concept. This is the city of busy people. Something like that.
That's tough.
I think it'd be more prudent to spread it over 2 weeks as opposed to having people want it be one and then have it be like
But 1 week and then another.
then have the social one and the next one is where people are comfortable and might be able to, siphon out people. I think you also need to exploit the technology in this country. You have a lot of bandwidth, you have a lot of, just a lot of facilities, a lot of bandwidth, a lot of ability.
We could have dual locations, we could have 2 bar camps.
Right.
At the
Just
same
one
time.
area, one building you can go to, use multiple buildings around Tokyo, because you could use Super Deluxe here and use, a school or something, and drop it through,
I think if we did 2 days back to back,
Separating it is,
I
how do
think,
you know ahead of time which facility will have what?
Well, actually, that was one of the suggestions I had, is we use the wiki, we put some kind of scheduling software up there, because I'd really like to have like a way to look at what the schedule is,
Well,
see what's
yeah.
coming on.
Actually, I did talk to Karamoon about that, and we were chatting about the idea a few weeks ago about putting up on there.
Everyone, the food has arrived. Can we just have a quick round of applause?
Here we go. No, sir. Okay, but anyway, so what we were talking about was that the bar camps that I've participated in, there was the wiki, and what happened was that not only did you put in what you were going to be doing, is that it really solidified in the speaker's mind, I really got to do a good presentation because I've committed myself to that slot, and I've grabbed it. And then the big thing, just like it was for this one, was if you're not going to be showing up, make sure that your name is off there.
I think, doesn't the Portland Bar Camp, don't they even have an open source calendaring scheduling system? I think they do. Well, check out the Portland Bar Camp, because they have open source software that is for scheduling for this exact things that you're talking about.
Well, whichever you use, it's not really sort of the
Yeah.
vehicle, it's sort of the idea. Do you want to actually have the ability to sign up for that part? And when I put my name for the presentation, I made sure that everything was just completely.
I wanted to backtrack just real quick to your 2-day thing. I think we could do that, but I think we should all have the expectation that different people will show up on each day.
Yeah, yeah.
So you would double